Charles Darwin, the renowned naturalist whose theories revolutionized the scientific understanding of life on Earth, was a man of meticulous logic and curiosity. However, amidst the rigors of his research and the controversy his ideas stirred, there was one constant that brought him peace, joy, and comfort: his lifelong love for Emma Wedgwood. Their romance, set against the backdrop of 19th century England, is a story of intellectual companionship, mutual respect, and a profound emotional bond that transcended even their ideological differences. Charles and Emma were cousins who shared a deep family history. Raised in a close-knit, affluent society, they knew each other from childhood. Emma was lively, charming, and deeply religious, with a steadfast belief in the moral and spiritual aspects of life. Charles, on the other hand, was methodical, introverted, and increasingly skeptical of traditional religious views as his scientific discoveries unfolded. Despite their differing perspectives, they were drawn to each other, and by the early 1830s, they began to realize that their affection ran deeper than familial bonds. When Charles proposed to Emma in 1838, it was after careful deliberation. In true scientific fashion, he even made a list weighing the pros and cons of marriage. Yet, for all his analysis, it was Emma's kindness, intelligence, and unwavering support that won him over. In a heartfelt letter, he confessed his fears about his agnosticism and the potential pain his scientific pursuits might cause her. He worried that his theories, particularly his doubts about religion, might hurt her deeply. But Emma, with characteristic grace and understanding, reassured him that she loved him for who he was, even if their beliefs diverged. They married in January 1839, and from that day forward, Emma became not just his wife, but his closest confidant. She provided the emotional stability that allowed Charles to pursue his work, even during the times when he was plagued by illness and self-doubt. Their home in Downhouse became both a sanctuary and a hub of intellectual exchange, where ideas flowed as freely as the affection between them. Emma was the first to read every manuscript Charles wrote, and she offered critiques not just as his wife, but as an equal in thought and understanding. Their letters, exchanged during periods of separation or when Charles was away on research trips, paint a vivid picture of their love. "Every part of my mind is full of you," Charles once wrote to Emma. "Your face is ever before me, smiling in all its sweetness." For Emma, her letters were filled with warmth, encouragement, and an unwavering belief in his work, even when it led him down paths that challenged her own faith. The challenges of their marriage were not confined to ideological differences. Charles's health was often precarious, with long bouts of illness that left him bedridden for weeks or even months at a time. During these periods, it was Emma who nursed him back to health, sitting by his side, reading to him, and shielding him from stress. Her patience and devotion were as critical to his survival as any medical treatment. And despite their differences in faith, they never let these conflicts overshadow their relationship. Instead, they approached them with openness, respect, and a desire to understand each other's point of view. Their life was not without tragedy. They had 10 children, but 3 died young, leaving deep emotional scars on both. The loss of their beloved daughter, Annie, in particular, was a devastating blow. Emma's faith offered her a way to cope, believing that Annie's soul had gone to a better place. For Charles, however, it further solidified his growing doubts about the existence of a benevolent deity. Yet, in their shared grief, they found solace in each other's presence. They never allowed their differing beliefs to diminish their shared sorrow or love for their children. As the years passed, their bond only deepened. Charles's groundbreaking work on the origin of species created a firestorm of controversy. challenging the very fabric of the religious and scientific communities. Emma worried about the impact of his theories on his reputation and well-being, but she never wavered in her support. She edited his manuscripts, debated ideas with him, and even served as a sounding board for his most radical thoughts. Their correspondence reveals a relationship rooted in mutual respect and admiration, each drawing strength from the other. In 1871, as he wrote The Descent of Man, Charles penned what would become one of his most famous lines: "Man still bears in his bodily frame the indelible stamp of his lowly origin." Emma, ever his gentle critic, challenged him on this, urging him to temper his words to avoid unnecessarily hurting those with deep religious convictions. It was a testament to their enduring dynamic, Charles pushing the boundaries of knowledge and Emma reminding him of the human impact of his work. In their final years, as old age crept in, they continued to cherish the quiet moments together, reading, walking in their garden, or simply sitting in silence, each comforted by the other's presence. When Charles died in 1882, Emma was devastated, but she found strength in the knowledge that their love had been a true partnership. His last words to her were a simple, heartfelt expression of gratitude for a lifetime of love and companionship. "You have been the joy of my life." Emma lived on for another 14 years, preserving Charles's legacy and cherishing the memories of their shared life. Their love story is not just a tale of romance, but a celebration of the power of love to bridge even the deepest philosophical divides. It is a reminder that true love respects, nurtures, and uplifts, no matter the differences that may arise,